I'm like, oh my goodness, Con James. There you go. Oh, welcome. Good morning. Good morning. It's happy Sunday. We are here for the And Just Like That after show here on JLJ Media. I'm James Lott Jr. I'm only one half of this amazing duo. Half. Like, that's it. And the other half is, she's the better half, actually. It's Emily May Heller.
Oh, well, hello. Good morning, everyone, or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're listening to this. We had to move our show because we're two very busy people.
We are. It's like, yes,
So we're having coffee
yes.
and cocktails on a Sunday.
Yes. I know I probably should put something in here. But as you guys know, I do some shows after this. So I want to be somewhat sober by the time I get to Bold and Beautiful. I don't know. But I don't know. Welcome to the show, you guys.
I have Bold and the Boozy.
Totally. The young and the listless and bold and boozy. I'm ready. That's right, kids. It is Sunday. We should be having Bloody Marys right now or mimosas, one of the two.
I don't know. We didn't think about it.
We didn't. Well, folks, I want to thank you on behalf of me and Emily May because on the video side last week, we have our largest numbers ever. Almost 500 views, girl. I was like,
faces. It's these faces right here. Thank you. They just couldn't get enough of the sexiness right here.
Yes, you thought it was your voice, which does help because on our audio is again number one show today. I'm looking at right now. It's a huge hit. She'll get sick again one day. Don't worry, she'll get sick again one day. But yes, but our video, I just want to tell you, it's good. They're going up and up, and I just want to thank you because I've been tagging. So, folks, I've been tagging HBO Max. I've been tagging, and just like that, I've been trying to find the PR people. They're hard to find. I'm trying to find them. But still, let them know, like tag them too, let them know you want us to be their official after show. That's what we're saying. So we're going to try to work it out. We're trying to get there.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah, let's make it happen. We're
podcast to the people.
Yes. Yes. Yes, people. So yes, so we're going to do. We want to do it. But seriously, thank you for watching our show and or listening to the show. And we have a couple of folks who I know are regulars. I'm sorry we're not on Friday night because I know Diane Capps, somebody else was like, you're not here. We're here today. We'll be back again on a Friday, but I know you guys faithfully watch us, so thank you. They were a small but mighty group, Emily May, that watches us. I love it.
Yes, I love all of you. You make it so much fun. And this was a big episode, and we're almost halfway through. I think almost.
Almost. We're getting towards the halfway point. Next week will be halfway. So yeah, you're right. Right. Let's get into it, kids, because this is, and I'm going to start with that storyline because I'm like, no, I swear to everything that is holy. Do not do this to us. Do not do this to us. Because I'm like, because last week you're just you. I thought of you. I thought of you twice, Emily May. For one, this episode, I know you like being thought of. But this episode in general showed the growth of all the girls. The original girls. We're going to talk about it. There's some. I saw real. I kept thinking, oh my God, this happened on the original show. They would have blank. It's a lot of growth, a lot. And Aiden did a big gesture.
Yes,
that was a big. So we got that. We got some. Okay.
So much.
Okay. Charlotte and Harry.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm Emily May. They better.
I have chills. I literally have chills.
I know.
I can't even, I don't even know how to sum up. So remember this whole time, I was like, Charlotte has these silly storylines.
Yes, I thought of you. Yes.
Like, what is going on? Why are they giving her these storylines? Stop it. Sorry, my cat's licking my toe. That was weird. Apologies. It's not that kind of podcast. Cat.
It could be. Okay.
Yeah, it could be. Let us know if you want to be that type of podcast. Sorry. Stop it. That's gross. Anyway, sorry. Speaking of silly storylines, no. So I was complaining this whole time that being stuck with these whatever storylines, and then now it went the complete opposite.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, hold on. Now it's getting serious. Now everyone's life can change, and don't do this to me.
Even the way you said it. You're just like, I have prostate cancer. She was like, what? I was like, what?
Yeah. And first of all, that's one thing. Let me tell you. as someone that's been through stuff with
Yes.
family members,
Yeah, me
you
too.
you you tell the closest person. You say, "Hey, this is going on," because you have like a million appointments leading up to it,
Oh
and then
yes.
results appointment, and then you're like waiting. You have that waiting period before
Yes.
this,
Yes.
and you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my God, I don't know what's gonna happen. Is my life gonna change? Oh my God!" Like, there's so many things that go through your head. So I find it very weird. So that's the one thing I was kind of little like, I don't think Harry would have done that, where he would have gone and
Yeah.
gone to appointments. And first of all, the way insurance works these days, it takes like 6 months.
Yeah, that's right. That's
I
right.
know I broke like the cardinal rule of TV, like they just made it happen. And but I'm like, no, in real life,
Right.
even it
Oh, I
takes like
know.
a few
I
months
know.
of
It's,
like, "Ew, something's going on." And then,
yeah.
oh, I need to get this looked at. Oh shit, there is. So anyway, but like I find like for Harry as the character, I think he would have confided in Charlotte a long
Yeah.
time ago. Say,
I
hey,
agree.
like this is I felt like something was off, and then
Yeah.
like they would have worked on it together. That was one thing, and then
Yeah.
obviously, so I don't know. It felt like out of the blue.
I agree with you on that. When he said, "Remember, I peed on myself today," and I'm like, "Where are they going with this?" I didn't know. I wasn't even expecting that. Because you're right. They talk about everything normally, so it's kind of like
Yeah,
okay. You're right, but it happens so fast. That's a dramatic license you got to put in there because
yeah,
you're right. It's like it takes a while to get an appointment. First of all, I mean, trust me, I'm going through it right now and stuff. It's hard to get an appointment right away. Sometimes it's a telehealth, appointment first, and then you kind of go. There's a lot. Then you have to go have tests, and then you have to wait for the tests. And I mean, usually I would say the earliest is 2 months
yeah.
before we ever know anything.
And that's like on a good,
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like only 2 months.
like
So
that's
okay,
like
we'll give it a dramatic
diligent
license.
doctors.
Yeah, definitely. But they are rich. Maybe that's how it works in rich land. They get
I
faster
guess so. I guess they want the rich to live and us normal people to die.
service. Okay, Les Mis.
Oh,
So
sorry.
let's say, well, some segments like dream, not
Well,
dream.
I know
No, let's say,
we're
okay.
so dramatic this morning. I was listening to show tunes last night. That was probably it. I'm in tune with my inner musical monologue.
Yeah, exactly. I'm always there. Trust me. But anyway, so the point is that it's we get this like bomb dropped on us. I saw on us. Sorry, on Charlotte. See the bomb dropped on her.
It's
Um,
an audience too. I
yeah,
mean, I
no,
think it's fair to say we were like, wait, hold on, what?
it's
Like it took a minute to be like, is this happening right now?
right. And how he's like, don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Ugh. That's not good for Charlotte. Charlotte
I
can't do that.
but she did it. That's what I'm saying. That's where the growth for her came from. She almost blurted out a couple of times.
Yeah,
We'll
especially
get to
around
the,
the
we'll
kids.
get to, we'll get to the glamping stuff in a second, but it's like she almost blurted out. But of course, the scene that made me tear up was her and Lisa Todd in the water.
Ugh.
And Lisa Todd was a good friend because she didn't press him. See, the old Sex and the City, they were pressing and pressing and
Oh
pressing,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
This was just like, do you want to talk about it? She's like, no. And she's like, okay. And then when she put her arm on her,
yeah. I know that got me super. Oh God, see, I got chills again because
I know.
I've been like this one was really emotional this episode because I think all of us have dealt with these types of things where we hear bad news from friends or family or even we find things about ourselves and you're just
Yes.
like you deal with the ramifications and sometimes you're not ready to talk about it yet because you have to face it. You have to
Yes.
face that it's a reality. And
Yes.
I think that's what Charlotte had to do internally first, right? Like I think that moment in the water was like, oh, this is real. Like these emotions are going to be real. We're going to have some type of battle coming up, and
Yes.
it's it's a thing that now I'm glad that, like at least Harry and Charlotte have that. They can talk to each other about it, but eventually they're going to have to
Oh, it's
get
open.
the support from other people, which we'll probably see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a moment that was just super sweet. It wasn't pushed. And
Nope.
I feel like that was a super authentic moment in the show. And like we haven't had like I feel like the Aiden and Carrie moment last episode at the end where he thought she was gonna break up with him, that was super authentic. And
Yes.
this moment in the water
I agree.
was really, really authentic. And I felt like, oh, this is some deep because it's super relatable. We've all had moments like those too. So
I agree with you completely. But like I said, I thought of you, I was like, this is a serious thing. But I thought again, another thing because you said they are growing, and the fact that Lisa Todd was like, you know what, I'm not going to push this. It's my friend. and what she needs is someone just next to her, literally next to her. It's like I'm next to her. They kind of just looking off. I thought that was that's a beautiful moment, and it's going to come out. Obviously, it's going to come out at some point.
Yeah, and honestly, the best sometimes, you know how like I don't know if you've had these moments, but sometimes you're like so upset, you're introverted trying to think things through, and sometimes the best thing you don't want to be like necessarily touched or hugged or coddled. You're just like I just need someone right here near
Yes,
me
yes,
so that I know that someone's there because sometimes that overwhelming feeling of like feeling like you're alone
yes,
and
yes,
not having again not being able to talk about it yet,
yes,
Charlotte needed it at that point.
yes.
So and we've all had moments like that where we're like, wait, I need someone here, but I don't want to be physically
I agree.
interacted with. And you could just look over and be like, okay, that person's there. I'm good.
Yeah, I agree. Then now there were some funny moments though.
Yeah.
And I had to laugh. They had the whole glam picture before that, though, when Anthony came over. Because every time I kept waiting, when's she gonna blur it out? When's she gonna blur it out? And she didn't. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
I
so
know. I was really worried because Anthony is like I was worried with
I
Anthony
know.
there she would.
I know she did. But the kids, oh my God, Rock was hilarious this episode. The whole vegan thing. She's like, don't touch that. You're vegan. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I am. And then, then she
I
was
forgot.
like, her scenes were hilarious. The kids are funny. And then Lily with her, I gotta be with my boyfriend because he's with his boyfriend this weekend.
Yeah.
It's like we take your polysexual, whatever boyfriend and make it to him later. I mean, I'm like, that whole thing was hilarious. Or she was like, and Rock's like, oh, she's still trying. I was like, all her commentary, just I wanted to say, it just it made her funny. I was like, there was just some funny parts
Yeah.
that just made her
Yeah,
laugh,
the
whatever.
kids are getting like a little bit more sassy and like
Yeah,
open about
yes.
like their sexual partners and like all that. And I was like, I don't know at that age because they're all still very young. I was like, I don't think I would be was talking
No,
to
I
my
wouldn't. No,
kids like
yeah, no. But they were funny, and so I was like, and her and Anthony were funny in that scene. It was some funny stuff. And then when they were glamping, and they didn't really they want to be there. I mean, I was laughing because like they're this giant tent and there's beds in there. I was like, and they were all on their phones. I just couldn't stop laughing. I thought that's hilarious to me.
So, as someone that lived in New York, have you been to Governor's Island?
No, I've heard of it, but I've never been.
It is like, okay, I've never been there, but I've heard
Okay.
friends and rumors of what happens on Governor's Island. And
Oh,
it is
ooh,
like
okay.
sometimes the poshest parties. Like they have beach parties and like
Oh,
huge. So, and there is like this ridiculous glamping community. Um, because you get a little bit of the beach and it's
right.
in the middle of the city.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit of the breeze and it's like really nice. So I was like, I knew people that would go
Oh,
and
wow.
they had big, so because we're getting into July 4th, they would have huge July 4th parties, like take over the island.
Oh, wow. I
Yeah.
guess I've heard of Governor's Island, obviously. If you're from New York, you've heard of it, but I've never been.
It's like super fancy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So, folks, a real thing, I guess. Well, obviously, it's Sex and the City. It's a real thing. Of course, they find stuff that's real. But I was just laughing because there were actual beds inside the tent.
Yeah. Have you gone glamping?
No, I have not.
Okay. The
Have you?
most, the most, so I've gone real camping, like you're
I mean,
in
me too. I was like,
front
man,
dirt, like ever, like people have done the real stuff. The closest I've gotten to glamping is like a cute little airstream, you know? So that's the closest I've gone to like glamping. Is that considered glamping?
maybe I guess I don't know.
I don't know. Like,
I don't
but
know.
I guess that's true. You do have like a full bed and a fridge and a shower. So I guess it is kind of glamping. But like you go and sit outside for like a second for
Yeah, you
breakfast.
can, right? But see, I'm with Harry. Mosquitoes love my juices. Oh my goodness. My brother doesn't get hit. Me, all
Oh,
up and
yeah.
down.
So my sister would be the one that we would go camping as kids. So I grew up going camping in Southern California
Yeah,
because
same
what's
here.
nice
Same
in
here.
Southern California, you have a lot of campsites that are near the beach, so that's walkable, but also you get a little bit of forest. So you get a
Yes,
mixture of terrain.
I agree.
And they have a beautiful, beautiful beach and mixture of campsites. I remember growing up doing that. And my sister would get bit like by the end of the weekend she'd be so swollen from bites and me I'm like oh I'm fine I guess they don't like me and no matter what we did she would just get bit like huge welts they just
Me
loved
too. Me too.
yeah so I feel you
I was like, I felt hairy. I was like, yeah. He's like, close. He goes, close out. He's like, I hear something. I knew you could hear them fly by.
And then and s'mores. Can we talk about that s'mores
Oh my
moment?
god! Oh my god! Yes, the chocolate. Oh my god!
I love s'mores, right?
Me
And that
too.
is like that is a camping staple.
Yes.
Bring lots of the marshmallows.
Yes.
Some people bring Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
know if you bring other things. Um, but that is what you do. You bring all, you go and you buy like the Costco sized things,
Yes.
chocolate and
Yes.
marshmallows. Sometimes I just eat the marshmallows. Just sometimes I just roast the marshmallows and eat them.
They're good too.
I do it at home on the stove.
You can. You told me. I've done it before. You can. Of course, you can. I've done
Hey,
that.
it is, we're all adults. That's what's so great is you can eat whatever you want at any time.
That's very true. But we have to. If we're gonna mention the s'mores, I have to laugh because they gave Lisa Todd, and you were right. See, I thought of you again. You called it. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I have a work crush. So she said that. I was like,
Yeah,
Emily May said that. You said that. You said, I go, I don't see it so far. Like, whatever.
I
And
called it.
you called it. She has a crush. And that's when Edwin Herbert goes, when he saw the selfie, he goes, oh, you already had some chocolate in Atlanta. I laughed so hard when he said that. He goes, oh, you forgot the chocolate, but you didn't forget the chocolate. She's like, no, he just might have said that. I have another editor. Like, I mean, he's like, oh no, usually you look like that. I'm like, I said, because he looks good. I mean, he looks good.
He looked good, but first of all, why are you like? I wouldn't take a selfie with an editor. I've worked
Yeah, I
on
know that's kind of was
I've
kind
worked on shows. I mean, even when we're traveling, I'm not like, hey, coworker, unless it's a best, like one of my close
yes,
friends that I actually am really friends with. Because your work friends aren't always your
yeah,
real friends. Right? You're not gonna be like, let's take a selfie on a
no,
plane.
no, really.
I would not do that with that's why I knew it was suspicious. I knew it. Like when I
You
saw that,
called it. You called
like,
it. You called it. She called it, folks. She called us. I didn't see it at all. I'm thinking they're not going to do
so
that.
smart. I'm so smart. Or maybe I'm a secret writer
No,
for a
because
show
you're a
like that.
woman. You know better than I do. You're a woman.
Hey, I mean, I do know. I was like, I'm sorry, if you're working with someone that hot and that close in those dark rooms, you're not gonna not have a work crush. Let me tell you. Being honest, as a woman,
Oh, I get it. I'm like, oh, he's hot. And oh my god, and the airplane scene was hilarious. It was like she's a working mom. And she has to get through really fast. And he's like, you're not helping me because I hate when your luggage is behind you on a plane. I've done it so much. Everybody's going forward. I hate when that happens.
let me tell you. Let me tell you, this is one of my biggest pet peeves. I have two pet
Tell
peeves
it. Tell
when
it.
I travel because I travel a lot. Like
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
one, I hate when they say that the bins are full. Okay, so it's a mixture of three things. One, I hate when they say the bins are full and then there's enough space up there to put your bin or to put your bag. I hate when people put their bag in a row that is not their row when they could have put it down because then I gotta go and put my bag back there, right? Hate it. And then I hate when people stand up right when the ding ding goes on. It's like you guys aren't gonna move. The door's not open. You're not moving unless you have a connecting flight and you're like, I gotta run across the terminal. Because I've had that. I was like, hey guys,
Me
I have
too.
a flight
Me
in
too.
20 minutes. I got a board. Like people, if you tell them that, they'll let you go, right? But if you're just like, I want to get off the plane right away, we're all going the same place. We got to get off the plane in a cordial manner. Oh, I have pet peeves.
I
And
know.
what's funny is like I'm super zen about it though. Like I'm kind of frustrated now, but like I'm super zen and I just kind of like stare people down. I'm like, you better not move. So audio listeners, you're not going to see my crazy eyes right now. But I stare people down and I'm like, if you and then in my head, I'm like, if you move that suitcase one more inch, and I was like, you were 4 rows back. How did you get all the way up here already? Oh my God. No, I get so mad. So I've done that where I've had to run, get my bag, and then I'm like, hold on. Or if people are very nice, I'm like, hey, I like make note of the number and where my suitcase is. I'm like, hey, there's a blue suitcase. Can you just like pass it?
Oh, I've had that a few times. Yeah, I've had it a few times.
Sometimes people will do it if they're nice. Other people are not so nice. But yeah, it's a whole experience, you guys traveling. But that moment, I was like, oof.
You know, that was
Sorry,
tough.
I went on a rant.
I know.
But
I was laughing because she had to do that. I was laughing so hard, but he was making fun of her or whatever. So the whole thing is, I guess, with her, there's like we have that to look forward to, I guess.
Yeah, and they're a little flirty. I mean,
I
I feel
know.
like coworkers don't tease each other
Please
that
don't
much. Like
cheat.
you don't have
Please don't cheat. Please don't cheat.
a
Please
little
don't cheat.
flirtation.
Hope they don't cheat. I don't want them to cheat. I hope she doesn't. I hope it's just flirtation and that's it.
I
It's a
don't know.
show. It's a TV show. We know. I mean, who knows what's gonna happen with that one? But because I like her and Herbert too. They kind of actually work. They're kind of
Kind of kooky and work and
yeah.
yeah.
And the kids are fine. They actually their kids like the trip. They're all into it. I was like, that's so funny. When the other ones weren't into it, that was kind of funny. So we have those. Okay. Oh my God, Miranda. I was laughing so hard. So two things for her this episode. One, her Airbnb thing. We'll get to that in a second. But the funniest thing that's happened to me before with a prospective suitor for an evening where the dog kept whining outside the door. It happened to me. And that's the thing. It's like, I mean, and those two little greyhounds are cute. Socrates and Safi. I was like, okay, folks.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop laughing. Oh my God. Because I'm like, and she was like, no, stop. And the dogs were like, I laughed. To me, that was hilarious. And that was real. That was realistic too. I've been there before. Poor Miranda. So I'm thinking they didn't do anything. I guess they didn't. They didn't do anything. Just kissed.
Do you think they didn't do
I
anything?
don't think they did anything.
No. Well,
I
first
didn't. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't really. They didn't. It's like they implied she came back home. That's why she was
yeah,
naked.
but unless she brought her to Carrie's apartment.
I think she did. I think she did.
No, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. It was weird. It was kind of like left open-ended.
Yeah, it's left open. So I wasn't sure.
But yeah, animals are funny. Like animals totally get in the way sometimes.
Well, she's like, I show you got a cat, and then you show Carrie with a cat laid on her head, which I've had that before too.
I know. You have the cat. You have my cat woke me up the other day, like licking my face and then headbutting me. And I'm like, what are you doing? And like you just get woken up or they keep you up. And you're like, why do I have these fur animals? And they do get in the way of, very intimate moments. You're like, why are you staring at me?
Oh, yeah, there's that too. Yes, I'll stare.
Weird animal.
Like, oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So I mean, we're still moving ahead with Miranda and Joy, but that was hilarious. That made me laugh. But the other side of it was the two things actually, which was very interesting. One, because it intersects with Seema's story. So you have Miranda, her Airbnb, they're playing heavy metal music all the time. And that she got the silly storyline kind of to this episode. Because I did not expect when she opened it, that guy was naked with a meat cleaver. I was like, what?
I was laughing because I was like, this is so New York and so LA. Like it's both coasts. I was like, oh my God, you have those crazy neighbors.
I agree.
You just close the door. You're like, close the door. Don't stare too hard.
Yes. But see, here's the growth, folks. We were saying here's the growth. So Miranda was like, I can't need a place to stay. Carrie says, come stay with me.
Yeah.
Miranda's like, but I know you like your space. Everything that went on after that was hilarious to me. But it was very grown up because see, in the old days, the old Sex and the City, they had a huge fight.
Yeah.
They didn't.
I mean, they were about to. Not gonna lie.
But they didn't though. But they did. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of different. They didn't. There's a lot of jokey. When you get older, as you do, you get smart ass, right? So it's kind of like they were smart ass each other. It's like, you don't eat yogurt. Oh, I goes, where'd you say yogurt? So they're 50. I was like, I relate to that so heavily. I'm like, yes, girl. I didn't yogurt until I was 50. I was like, I didn't eat yogurt either. Now you don't get I'm over 50. That made me like, you eat bananas? Because I do eat bananas. And it was just like, you want this other half banana? She goes, actually, shamefully, I do. And then I mean, it was just like, she took over the table later. It's like, it was just all this stuff that Miranda was just doing that Carrie was, I felt she was still mature about it though. I felt she was just kind of like, she's trying to help her friend out. And she was also very real because Seema, so just because it comes together, Seema is trying to get a loan. I thought she was going to get that chick. I thought the chick was going to really give it to her because she was like, yeah, my boss is awful. He's like the worst. I'm like, a woman to woman. I thought they were going to do it. They brought up Carrie. Remember that? She said, I got turned down by a woman because they said I had no collateral. She had no collateral. Remember? That was the whole thing. But the Empire said, oh my God, I went back in time. I remember that. In a soap opera world, they would have done a flashback. But I love that.
Linda, the bank teller, was the
Yes.
same woman. You know
I
that, right? It's the same
didn't
act.
know that.
It's the same actress.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's the
I
same
love it.
actress.
Oh
Look it
my
up.
God. I'll look
I
it up.
saw
No,
it on
I believe
a
it.
post
Oh
thing.
no, I believe it. I mean, I'll look it up. I believe, but they do stuff like that sometimes. I love that.
So it's the same lady that turned Carrie down for her loan, turned Seema down.
Oh my God, I love it. Bravo. Love it. I love it. Side note, there's a in Sex and the City, the opening, when she turns around, there's a man, a hot man that walks by. At the end of the series, they brought that man back and he walked by.
Oh.
And then also they brought back the guy in the cab. We were talking about butt stuff earlier in the season. It was the Indian guy. Later on, they brought him back in the cab, and she's like, "Oh," he kind of looks at her. He kind of looks at her. Like, that's the guy from the cab from 4 seasons ago. Like, I love when they do that. So that's actually, if that's, I love it. I love that.
Yeah,
That's
there was a lot of throwbacks this episode.
yes,
But to kind of go back to the Miranda and Carrie
yes,
thing, so this kind of reminded me because I mean you've had like weekends away with friends, right? And it's usually like a few days, right? You're going away, you're going having a weekend, and you realize not all friends you can live with, right?
right,
Even
right,
close friends,
right.
like maybe
Yes,
we're not compatible in our
I agree.
space,
I agree.
like how we live, right?
Yes,
Even though you have fun together and you get along and all that, like there's some, and so this was like again an example of Miranda and Carrie having different like lifestyle kind of
yeah.
just the way like Miranda's really messy and disorganized and Carrie's like methodical, takes care of her stuff, and which is funny because I thought Miranda as a lawyer and would be a little bit more, put together. um but I did like how they handled it. I liked how they both were like teasing each other. They didn't get into a big blowout fight. Um, I'm trying to think. There was an episode in the series where didn't Carrie and Miranda, did they live together for a little bit? I'm trying to remember. One, I think.
Yes, who stayed with her? You're right. Like somebody stayed with her.
I'm trying to remember. I'll have to
That's
go back
not.
and look. But fans, let us know because I
If that's
think
no, because that sounds
that
familiar, or like it sounds familiar.
it
Actually,
sounds really familiar, and I
yeah.
think it's a throwback. Like it just, I mean, I know Carrie had issues with Aiden and her space and him being messy. I know
Yes.
Miranda had issues with Steve, but I'm
Yes.
trying to see if any of the girls had trouble with each other. I'm trying to remember.
Well,
It's been,
I feel like because when she had problems with Aiden, she got a hotel
yeah,
or that. Well, that's how the whole
yeah.
thing. So I remember that.
But yeah,
Miranda,
anyway,
Miranda,
we'll look it up. We'll look it
you know,
up.
yeah, she went to Brooklyn with Steve. I'm trying to think this sounds familiar. But either way, they're very professional and about this. They kind of mature about it. It's like I'm trying to help my friend out. I have all this space. I should try to help her out.
She
Um,
barely has any furniture. She could,
you know, but that oh my, we'll get to this Carrie thing even later. But it's just funny how when I get to see something she liked. Oh my God, the writer. She liked Duncan. That was hilarious. She goes when she had the book. She goes, "Where'd that come from?" I was like, Carrie said, "Where?" I was laughing. She was like, "You signed my book," and blah, blah. It was hilarious. So she had. Obviously, she was like, "I'm ready," and she texted Samantha. Carrie texted Samantha.
yes. This is a big deal,
Big deal.
everyone.
Big deal. And of course, she's like, I wish he was under me. I was like, oh my God, that's hilarious. So they're keeping the Samantha character. I didn't expect that on there. Did not expect that.
I know.
And I said she knows about it.
I was trying to screenshot and see what she was saying
Oh, right above it.
before
Yeah, I know. I
above
tried to
it. I
read
was
it. I
like,
was like,
I know. I wanted to see. I was trying to do that. Like, okay, let's pause it and see what she was saying
I
before, but I couldn't see it.
saw it too. Something about I'm late or running out. So I couldn't see it. So that's funny. Well, you and I both do the same thing, trying to see what's going on. So anyway, so Samantha tells her that he's a fire. So she has a neighbor. We finally meet this new guy moves in. He's a writer. So I think you're again, Emily May. I think it's right again. We're thinking it's gonna be Adam. I
Oh
think it's
no.
Duncan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, before we get there. So the SEMA thing was Carrie was I agree with her all the time. I don't want my friends to mix business because I just don't want anything to happen. I understand Carrie's thoughts about that. I totally get that. Sometimes it works out, but I understand that too. But Seema was like, okay, I'll help you, girl. We go to students because I would help you. So I'm glad they're going to help each other. Hopefully, it won't ruin any friendships or anything. But I'm kind of glad that they're going to help each other out because Seema needs to work. She needs the business. But she said you found a place over on Tribeca. I'm like, Tribeca's expensive.
I know.
I'm like, okay, kids. So the girl said it too. I was like, well, we'll see what Seema comes up against. But I thought, good, Miranda's gonna move out. So she'll have her own place. Carrie will be fine. Because while she's there, the table. So that's why the table was sold out. He bought it.
What's funny is I totally had that feeling.
Oh, you did? Oh, you did?
I had that feeling of like, she looked at it, it was sold out. And in my head, I was like, it reminds me of what happened with Samantha and Smith. Because remember, she wanted that ring and he outbid her on the ring.
That's right.
So it's another throwback.
It is.
So
it is.
He gifted her the ring, and then now Aiden gifted Carrie the table without telling her.
Right. And tell you, I thought it was more of a metaphor of like, a sold out wah wah. And that's it. I totally forgot about the table. Totally forgot all about it. So when it came, so you're smart again. You got it. So when he came back, I was like, oh my god, he bought the table. Like that guy who was moving was funny too. But they bought it. I was like, that's a big gesture. That's a huge. Oh my! And the whole sequence. Miranda has everything all over the table. I'm like, Miranda, you got to do better than that. And then
I would have been mad. I would have been like, "Are you kidding me?"
Me too. No, me too. And when she spilled the Coke, oh my god! And she grabbed the scarf to wipe it up. Like you said, it was nothing. Like first of all, Miranda, I would have grabbed. I would have, even if it was nothing, it was still like grab the scarf to clean it up.
I know. I know. Sometimes I'm like, Miranda, come on.
I know. Oh my god! It's like I was just kidding. She said you guys was a tax. I was just kidding. I think I have a cheap or whatever. I was laughing, but I was like, my brother, can you walk in? He's like, what are you laughing at? So I was watching it right here. I go, this episode's really funny. Actually, there's some really funny parts. But I'm like the table. So that's a good gesture. That's a big gesture.
It's a big gesture.
But, however, comma. Now we come about the neighbor downstairs. And oh my God in heaven. And I know you know this too, Emily May. I've lived in apartments, and my brother's never lived in an apartment. So I was telling him, because one day he wanted to move into an apartment. But are you sure you want to do this? Because you got to decide, do you want to be upstairs or downstairs? He's like, why? I go, oh, this episode was totally that. It was, oh my God. It's so ironic. They pick her heels on hardwood floors, Emily May. I'm like that. I'm sure. Oh my God, I'm sure. Oh, I was thinking.
What's crazy is she had an upstairs apartment.
Yes.
In the series the whole time and wore heels and hardwood floors, right? And it never came up.
I wonder because it was an older apartment, it was thicker wood.
Maybe, but this is an old apartment.
That's true too. I don't know. It's a good question.
And what's weird is I didn't think she was on the second floor. I thought it was like a big enough apartment. I didn't think. I mean, I guess we had the stairwells.
Yeah, I got down. Yeah,
but I thought she had the whole thing. That's like when
she
bought the apartment.
She had the whole thing.
I was like, oh, she has a downstairs neighbor. Like,
yeah, that was weird.
I was like, oh, and it's kind of in the same courtyard. And then I was like, wait, she tore out the garden without even talking to her neighbors.
Little continuity, folks. TV show, a little continuity. I'm like, look, I agree with you. I was like,
your
HOA. Because he said, we do into the garden. Because I was just kidding. So this part at first, I was like, this is old Carrie, very selfish. Because he said 7 a.m. I'm like, that is too early. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why do you have heels on at 7 a.m. in your house? No one does that. No one, even in New York, I don't think people would do that.
No. I said 8 o'clock is acceptable. 8 a.m. and on is acceptable. The garden, he said the guy was coming at 7 o'clock also in the morning. I'm like, that's too early. That's way too early. I said 8 o'clock to me is way more. But I did check when she goes, New York City, there's noise. I was hearing honking in the background, and he closed the door. I was laughing, so I was like, well, New York has noise. But I'm like, yeah, you should get some runners. I'm glad she did. I was very glad what she did. I was like, you should get something like, because I live in apartments in San Francisco and New York. Right, you hear your neighbors anyway. You can't help it. You'll hear whatever. You can smell what they're cooking, all kind of stuff. And so it's easy. But I learned tricks like you put scarves or things on your walls. It helps bring it in. Rugs helps, there's just things you can do to kind of, mitigate some sound.
Yeah, muffle the noise a little bit.
Yeah. So I was like, I live in a house now, thank God. But I said, I do not. This episode, I was like, I do not miss. So we can have apartments like that.
I always picked the top floor.
Okay,
Like,
so you okay.
I was always like, okay, second floor, boom, got it. Third floor, done.
Okay.
Like always. And we would obviously be respectful. We had
Yeah.
mostly carpet though. So
Yeah, mostly carpet. Yeah.
but I mean, growing up, I lived in townhomes and stuff like that, and you would hear not only stuff, on your upper neighbor, but like in the walls
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So it's
Like I
like,
said, there's things you have to accept when you live in apartment buildings. Like I said, you can some people's lunch and dinner be amazed sometimes. Like, oh, they're having curry. Oh, I got it. It's like so you have to kind of like just be careful and just know this can happen. It's just one of those things. But I know it's just so funny. But so he's a writer. Okay, Burger. He's a writer. See that little throwback too, right?
red flag.
He's a writer. They have like a little banter back and forth. That was kind of crazy with the fire. I'm like, you had headphones on. I'm like, there's a lot of smoke in your house. You didn't see the smoke?
Yeah, I was like, you don't smell it?
Right. I'm like, yeah, because he was like, you don't have anything close over your nose. So that was kind of crazy. When we went to dinner, I said, I think Emily Mae's right. I think this is the one. Is Adam really for Seema? But he said it's an important thing. He said, I'm seeing someone who does yoga, vinyasa. I've done vinyasa yoga. Actually, it's pretty good. It's very, very presentational to the sun gods.
Yeah.
But he said, I'm seeing someone.
Mm.
And that Jamie, his nephew's hilarious. Just very blunt. I love it. But I wonder if that means anything. Because I feel like him and Seema have total chemistry. Yeah, it was like smoking's bad for you. He's like, have a drag off. I was like, oh, okay. So like, sure. That was kind of cute. He's cute, first of all. So I'm like, so is Duncan for Carrie and Adam for Seema? That's the question.
I mean, that's the question. I mean, they definitely, Carrie and Duncan kind of smooth things over at the end. And maybe they'll form a professional friendship, of like, because the thing is, he probably is, obviously, from what we learned from Samantha and Miranda, he's a really successful writer,
Yes.
writing a lot of biographies, right?
Right.
So historical biographies, and maybe they're gonna form a friendship in the sense of Carrie's writing again like something out of her element a little bit, and he is too, and we saw them kind of connect over that.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a way where she can learn something from him and he can learn something from her, but maybe it's not romantic, maybe it's just professional, but that's not how Sex in the City works.
No,
So
it doesn't. And yeah, and
I'm trying to be positive because I also love Aiden being in the story. So, maybe there's some type of flirtation and learnings in this, this back and forth, because I don't think they would introduce a neighbor
no, your cat's having a good time.
without
Your cat's
talking.
having a good time. I just see a cat. I see a blurred out cat just hi baby, hi Angel. You want to be on TV because you just I see it. I see on the background like there's a cat in the
I
background.
know. She just wants to cuddle.
No, yeah, yeah, I want Carrie and Aiden to figure this out without someone else breaking them up.
Pushing it. I know. That's the thing. You can't do that again with
Right.
Aiden.
Oh, I know. Oh my God, you can't.
You can't. You
You can't,
can't.
right? Well, you can't, right? I'm like, you can't, right? I mean, like, you're right. That's like, because, oh my God, can you imagine she cheats on him again?
They can't do that because
They
she's
can't.
had too much growth. That would like
Right.
totally cancel out everything.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. But we have a little banter going, so we'll see. I mean, he came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, okay. And I said, but I think Emily Mae's right again. I think there's.
Well, and what's crazy is her apartment is gorgeous. Like, it's so designed nicely, and his is like a pit.
I know.
So I'm like, so each one, I'm sure he owns it, probably lives there half of the time.
Yeah.
But so he probably doesn't take care of it that much. But it's crazy the contrast in the type of apartments.
But keep this in mind though. They mentioned several times that he's fun.
Mm-hmm.
They mention things like that. I'm like, I'm just curious what that is because they mentioned that, and he says, "Well, I'm fun there. This is work. That's why I come to New York." And Carrie says, "Well, you don't understand New York." So I'm wondering if they're because actually on some level, it'll be fun if they went out and had fun in New York. She shows him her side of New York, but not romantic, but
Yeah,
like
I mean,
shows. But
what if they are, I mean, what if she's like, here, let's go have some fun. And then he finally sees like that New York is not just work, but you can
right,
have fun. So I could see that, but that also could cause some trouble.
I know. Like, so I almost going to think if they were platonic, that's her point. To A, like A gets a little jealous, right? You're like only like because he feels like the past. Like, no, we're just. It would be kind of funny if he was gay. That'd be a bit only one if he was gay. To be like, oh, okay, then nothing to worry about.
I mean, I was thinking maybe Adam was gay.
Oh, but he said he said seen a woman.
Did he say a woman or he just
Yeah,
said
he
my
did. He goes, I'm seeing. Whoa, oh my god! Now I'm like, did he say that? Because he said I'm seeing. Maybe he just said I'm seeing. Because
someone?
she goes, are you asking a South Asian woman if he knows yoga? That made me laugh. And he goes, I thought he said I'm seeing a woman who teaches vinyasa. But he could have said somebody or someone. He could have.
I gotta go back and check. I gotta go back because if it's
That's
somebody,
it.
if it's
Yes.
someone or somebody, that can mean multiple things. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
When you said that, that's true. We're just assuming he's hot.
We're assuming, but maybe the writer, maybe Duncan also, maybe it could be a platonic relationship.
Yeah.
Maybe they need another like contrast to Anthony.
Oh,
But yeah.
they're writers. So I mean,
Mhm.
again, that could be fun if they help awaken each other's writing experiences. But
I'm just trying to not have every relationship be romantic in this show. Like just
right,
because someone gets introduced,
right.
you know?
But at least the Todd thing, I was like, oh my god, Emily is right. I thought for sure they're not going to do that, and you're right. They're doing it. I was like, no, I don't want them to go there.
I know.
We like them too. I mean, he is hot. I'm not saying he's not hot, but I was like, don't go there. But I guess who knows? I don't know. I just it is Sex and the City adjacent or a spinoff. Um, so actually, that's our show basically. She takes off and the funny part is when he brought her the slippers, that was kind of funny. She's like, I'm allergic to these. I laughed so hard.
Those
But
were
at
like
the end,
old lady slippers. I
they
was like,
were
you
totally old
need
lady
cuter
slippers.
ones. You need cuter ones, at least.
And they're from Amazon. I was laughing. But she did take off her shoes at the end. And I put the shoes down. I'm like, that's how he ended the shot. Very cool. And it's a throwback to her too, because everything she does is shoes. It is heels. They have that one episode in the Sex City where she's running in heels, and that's
Yeah.
girl. I've tried. I know I can't do it. I don't think you can do it either. Running in heels is not easy.
No.
It's not easy, folks. I just try it, people. Go ahead and try it.
It
And
is not. Hey, it's not even easy to walk in heels.
no,
You're not naturally supposed to have
no.
shoes like that.
And
So
she can run in here. There's a whole episode where she was running to catch somebody, and she was in heels. That is not easy to do. So that's a throwback to her and her shoes. It's all about her shoes. That's Carrie loves a shoe.
I did love that montage of all the shoes. It was so, I was like, oh my
Yes,
God, those are like 6-inch heels. How are you wearing those? First of all, you had surgery
I know.
like 2 years ago or 2 seasons ago, I guess.
Correct.
How are you in heels right now?
I know.
You're older than 50. Your
I know.
knees, your hips.
I know. She does it. She's doing it. She's
I
doing
mean,
it.
gorgeous, but I would be like, oh.
I know. That's crazy. So that's your end, just like that episode. We did it in 45 minutes. That's pretty good. Okay.
Did we get everything? I
I
guess
think we got everything. Yeah. I think we got everything. I'm trying to think if there's nothing left out. No, I think we got everything. We touched on everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
I mean, what's your predictions for the next few episodes?
I feel like you're the one who's doing better than I am. I'm like, I'm like, so the mention, I would say show previews. God, show previews. They so we got Harry has I'm thinking over the next couple episodes, the Marion thing is going to intensify with
Mhm.
but I don't think for some reason I don't think he's going to like her like that.
Okay.
Remember, there's always a twist. So I have a feeling she's gonna have this big work crush, and he's gonna be like, or him and Herbert get along, they meet and get along very well,
Okay.
which complicates things. So it's gonna be why they. So I'm predicting one of the two. It can't be a straightforward affair. It has to be something off because they're kind of that's what Sex and the City does.
Yeah.
So I'll go back. So either she's all bothered by him and he's not by her, or he meets Herbert, they get along great, and it's two against one, so to speak. They're like, she's like, wait a minute, like it's hers for her. Harry, I think the prediction will be who she tell first. It may not be Lisa Todd. I'm thinking it could be either Anthony or Carrie. What do you think?
I think it's either going to be Carrie or the kids.
Oh, the kids. Okay.
I think it's going to be something. Like, I think Harry's going to have a setback of some kind.
Yeah, something. Yeah.
Where, because you don't know, we don't even know. What's crazy, the one thing that the little loophole is like, Charlotte didn't ask, okay, what's the treatment? What's next?
Right.
Like, when's your next doctor's appointment? We didn't see any of that. But those are going to be your first things of like, okay, what can I do? What are we doing? Right.
Right.
I know this. We're going you go into action mode where you're like, what is this? Right. So I think there either might be some type of thing where it gets revealed to the kids unintentionally, like something happens or like there's a setback and Harry, and then it comes out. Um uh and I think Carrie and the writer, they're gonna go like on some adventure or do something. They're gonna do something.
Okay.
Um
So them. Okay. What am I thinking about them?
I think
Yeah.
they're gonna
Yeah.
have some type of like
Yeah. I agree with that.
field trip or something, and they're gonna like grow their relationship in some way. I
I
don't
agree
know
with
if
that.
it's going to be romantic yet. I'm not sure.
Okay. I agree with
I'm
that.
on the fence there. And then there might be more Aiden. I think there's going to be more Aiden in this next episode because there has to be a follow up from the table.
Yes.
So we don't know that follow up yet.
So do we know? I'm just sitting offline. Is there a reason why he's not on every episode? Or is it storyline dictator, or is he busy? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know.
I don't see anything either. Okay, just asking because he's not on every episode. So
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, I agree with that. It's be a follow up for the table. It's be a follow up on that. Um, Seema, what do we think about her? It's gonna be harder. It's gonna be harder for her to get some, isn't it?
This is kind of like a subline right now, the storyline. I'm
Yeah,
not sure what's gonna
where it's
happen
going. Yeah,
here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not. I'm more focused now because there was like some bombshells, right? Like this week.
oh yeah,
I'm more
yeah.
like Carrie, focusing on Carrie. Miranda, I kind of want to see where that relationship's going after that kind of night that kind of failed, it seems.
So,
Um, and I kind of want to see how Miranda and Carrie do post living together for a little bit. I want to see if that affects anything. I don't think it will.
I'm wondering if Seema will find her a good place. Will
Yeah,
Seema find her a good
yeah.
place? Oh, interesting. And will that strengthen their friendship? Because I would, she's like asked Seema for me. I was like, why don't you guys all friends? But I
What
guess
if
she's
what
more
if
Carrie's fan.
what if Miranda moves in with Joy?
They kind of mentioned, I don't bring really people here. I was like, interesting.
Hmm.
What if Seema can't find her a place?
Yeah. So what if she can't find a place, she can't afford it, and then she moves in with Joy?
Possible. That's totally possible. That's
I'm
totally
I'm, I'm
possible.
like gonna predict this whole show.
I know. Well, so I'm like, said you say something, go, oh my god, it's happening. Okay, so I'm like, that's.
You're like, Emily, do you work for
I
Max?
know. I was like, she's right. I'm like, because some of the stuff is not that is not. Some of the stuff is kind of like, okay, I can see them going there, but then you're like, oh, like this Harry thing, totally did not expect it. Like that was completely. But we kept saying they have these storylines are so like whimsical and blah blah. And they said, okay, Emily May, here you go. You want a serious
Yeah,
storyline?
it's like,
Here you go.
dang.
I know, totally. You want something serious? Here's something serious.
Yeah, they listen to me.
Yeah. So I think so. Yeah. So yeah, Season one. Yeah, I'm with you. We have no idea what's going on with her. She's like a subplot right now. But I wonder if she'll be able to find Miranda a place. If she doesn't, then Joy goes, "Well, just stay with me for a while." And then she gets they fact track it, and maybe it's too soon. Obviously, fast track the relationship. I mean,
Yeah.
that's plot. That's drama. That's drama. That's drama.
I mean, and what's interesting is that would be a throwback for Steve and Miranda too, because they moved in together really soon.
That's right. Oh, I see. There you go. See, There you go. You're right. That's right. Oh my
This is
God.
why
Those
we're
are
their official. This is why we are the official and just like
yes.
the after show because
Yes.
we get to the nitty gritty. We go all the way back to the beginning.
You. Oh my God, he's playing basketball in the house. So, yeah, that I remember that whole thing. She was so, oh my God. She did not want him in her space. We're like, we love Steve. Come on. We were like
I
at home. Like,
know.
come on. We haven't seen him this season yet. I wonder if we're gonna see him this season. I wonder if we're gonna get a cameo. We haven't seen
I
him.
don't know. We haven't
I know
seen
he's
that.
not really part of the storyline right now, but I hope we get a cameo of some sort. Maybe with the Harry stuff, he'll show up. If it gets
Yes.
serious, we'll see him.
Honestly, maybe the guys like Aiden shows up and Steve shows up and like the men. Maybe because maybe all the men help Harry through this. That would be kind of cool.
That would be kind of cool for us. All right, folks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for people who are watching this morning. I know it's really early, so thank you guys for watching. We'll let you know what's happening next week. I'm traveling, and it's 4th of July next Friday, so I'm actually traveling. So we're going to talk about that off camera. And so just follow her at Emily May Heller everywhere, and follow me at James Lott Jr. And then you'll know what we're going to do. What we're going to do for the show. But we love doing the show, right, Emily May? We love doing the show.
It's so much fun. This is like the joy. It's the joy of my week.
Yeah, me too. It's a lot of fun, you guys. So keep following us. Watch our older episodes if you haven't watched them. We do have one. We have them all the way from the season 1. I uploaded them. So they're audio and video. They are there. If you want to go over what we're thinking. If you just found us today and like, what are you guys thinking? You can find out and go back and do that. Check it out on wherever you find podcasts. And then, of course, YouTube, JLJ Media. Make sure you subscribe. I got a lot more subscribers this week. I'm looking at them. I'm going, wow, getting up there. So please subscribe. And follow her, follow me. And we'll see you next time.